All right, so if it wasn't for my videographer, I wouldn't be doing this right now. Fong kind of keeps me in check and forces me to put out content because we've been slacking for a while. Honestly, I hate being the center of attention. I hate doing this stuff, but I guess it's necessary. And some people give good feedback, and no one really watches too much of it yet. But we're gonna pump some things out, get some more content. We're gonna do a food store run next time too. So we're gonna really try to, me and Fong are really gonna try to make a conscious effort to do more stuff. So 8 weeks from this point. This is the first week I'm really feeling tired. So I don't know if I'll talk as much as I normally do, but I'll try to. But it's gonna be an arm workout. Have four meals in me right now. Got my intra carbs, so keep me moving, and we'll get going and we'll talk along the way. So right now we're just gonna start with a simple rope push down. This is more of stretch, hold on the bottom kind of thing. We're looking more for a pump and stretch, so nothing crazy. I already warmed up to save you guys the time, so we're gonna kind of run into it. While Fong was doing his magic behind the scenes, I was kind of warming up and just moving. So you just want to get your proper setup. I actually kind of like to put my butt on the back of this pad a little bit. I feel like it pushes me away enough from the machine, and I can really bring my shoulders back. And then when you extend, squeeze at the bottom for a second. So that's pretty much the tempo. It's going to be 1, 1, 1, like that. Okay, so that 15 was pretty easy, so we'll bump it up a little bit. Again, it's more for the pump, so we're not looking for crazy weight. We'll do 120. So the interesting part about this prep versus the other ones is even though I'm tired from just being lean physically, mentally I feel pretty okay. And what's nice is I am about 10 to 12 pounds heavier than I was last year. And I'm in pretty similar condition, if not better condition at this point than I was. Obviously we still have room to go because we have to make the weight cap at 197.5. But I hover anywhere between 200 or 203 pounds. Depends if it's a low carb day or a high carb day. But it's pretty cool that I'm 12 pounds heavier and I'm not really hungry, which is really nice. I don't really have too many cravings. This is the first kind of prep where I'm not really hungry. I don't really have too many cravings. I'm just exhausted from the diet and from working out, getting in a lot of steps into cardio and everything like that. So it drains on you after a while. But, this prep is easier than the last one. I was really craving a lot of foods last prep, but I also was doing a lot of cheat meals like weekly. I haven't had cheat meal in probably 8 weeks now. And I think honestly cutting it out has made me want it less because I don't even look forward to it anymore. I kind of just assume I'm not getting one. So therefore I kind of don't think about it, out of sight, out of mind. I kind of just want like more olive oil on my meals with more rice. That's about it. But okay, set number 2. This will probably be my first working set because I did the first one pretty easily. So this will probably be the first one. So same thing on. Okay, so I'll definitely be the first set. That one was tough. So again, probably because I couldn't get it. Probably because it was heavy and I couldn't get it. No, my elbows are a little sore. We were actually talking about this before. My joints feel really good. Now that you get leaner, obviously you have less cushioning. As you get leaner, you're holding less fluid. So again, even less cushion from that. So your joints take a little bit of a beating. This is actually, it's ironic, this is the first session where my elbows are bothering me and my joints actually feel a little bit sore. But, this time last year I was hurting. Or not this time last year, like this duration out. Last year I was hurting, but I feel pretty good. you know, not too bad. So the first set was 15. This will be 12 and then 10. So I'm going to try to keep the same weight. Eight. We're going to force it out even though we're not hitting the target mark. We'll go to failure no matter what. Even if I obviously missed the mark, kind of failed around 9 to 10, but we're still going to push towards that 12 with loose reps. So nothing too crazy, guys. You know, with arms, a lot of people ask the same question, but not just for arms, like, what's the best exercise to build your triceps, your biceps? The answer is the one you feel the most, not anything specific. There's only so many ways to contract your bicep, contract your tricep. It's all just different variations of the same movement. So my advice is find movements that feel really good and then maximize those movements. So if you really like, you know, rope pushdowns like I do, then we'll use rope pushdowns and you'll do it till you've exhausted it and then go from there. All right, last set of 10. We're going to try to keep the rest a little minimal today. We're probably not going to hit 10 again, but that's okay. Or 12, but this one's 10. We're probably not going to hit it, but that's okay. Yeah. Six. Okay. On to the next thing. That's done. So we're going to move only because for video reasons, so we can see better. We're going to do a rope extension. I think I can do it with this. Yeah. So I'm just going to see how the weight feels. Same thing. 15, 12, 10. Okay. So with this, I like to really make sure I extend behind my head a lot. Really make sure the tricep fully elongates before we contract it. So when we're here, I really want to let this kind of pull your tricep all the way back. So rope's not even. There we go. Man. Oh. Oh, man. My arms are on fucking fire already. This is crazy. I'm not hitting any of my targets today. But it doesn't matter. As long as you're exhausting the muscle, it really doesn't make a difference at the end of the day. Yep. Yeah. I like it a little higher. And then I can really kind of let it pull your tricep back. Again, some of the, best, I guess, growth modifications that you can add for things, for certain muscles is hyper elongation, loaded stretches. So I can maybe, if I remember, prep brain, we'll see if I remember, show you guys what a loaded stretch is at the end. But it's kind of basically this. You're letting the muscle go to a fully elongated position and letting it stretch. I've noticed a lot of growth in certain areas, especially chest, for things like that. So I try to really let it stretch and pull the muscle, fully stretch it before I attempt to hit all my targets today. So 12 for this. It's funny because it starts out super light, but man, does it creep up on you. Oh, shit. All right, one more for a set of 10. And then we're going to go over to the machine dips. You know, arms are my weakest body part. So the way I structure my diet is I have a high carb day the day prior. So yesterday was a higher carb day where I ate a lot of carbs. And the reason being is I'm going to utilize the food and the glycogen stores being topped off from the high carb day in today's workout. So you'll notice, as long as you're hydrated enough, you'll notice that the next day your pump is way better from the carbs. Not even so much the day of, it's really the next day. So I'm trying to use all those, you know, enhancements from the sodium and the water, fluid retention, glycogen retention to really push, you know, the pump, stretch the muscle, grow, and really exhaust it. Because this is my body part that I feel like I need the most to come up. So I really structure everything to bring these up the most. So again, stretch and then out. I lost count on how many reps I'm doing, so I'm just gonna do 2 more. Okay. Okay. Machine dips. I forgot the name of the exercise. That's what happens when you diet. So I'm just gonna do a feeler set real quick. So this is gonna be a top set and then a back off set, I believe. But I'm just gonna do a set to kind of feel everything out at first. Just see how it goes. I always like to feel things before I just jump to the weight. Now this machine's a little weird. A lot of people will sit like this and do them. I don't really feel that in my tricep. For me to feel it in my tricep, I really have to kind of extend my torso. And it's almost like I'm pushing down. That really, like this, my triceps are screaming already. I can feel the burn. So I kind of just, I know it looks weird, but it feels really good. Yeah, so yeah, it feels good. Yeah, so when I elongate my torso and sit like that, I'm almost bringing, I feel like, my tricep behind my body, where really, you really don't want to have your triceps in front of you. You really want them back here, and then to push down from back here. So when you elongate your torso, I'm almost forcing myself to be in that spot where I'm pushing it down. So top set, I'm going for 8. And then if I feel good enough, I'll back down or I'll do another one. A lot of lifting is intuitive, so even if you have a set program, it doesn't mean you have to follow it to a T. If you didn't get enough feel out of the first one, do another one. It's better to do too much than too little. Again, this machine, it feels really good once you get yourself in the position, but getting yourself in the physical position is, dude, once I'm in it, I'm good. But getting myself to feel good in that position, or like getting myself there, is a pain. And you'll see I really like to get it all the way back up to really elongate tricep. Okay. So we'll do one back off here, and then I'm going to do where I flip around what we were just talking about. But I'm going to try to increase the reps. And I'll probably only wait, give or take, like, I don't know, 30 seconds. Right. If anyone follows me on Instagram, which isn't a ton, but it's all right, or me and Fong is the step king. He has, so Fong is not only my friend, but he's my client. And, he's as neurotic as I am, but in different ways. And he tries to maximize efficiency to an extreme degree, which makes him the most coachable individual in the world, which is fantastic for me. But when we really started cranking our steps in for his transformation contest, he was hitting like 30,000 steps a day. He was on his walking pad while working, purposely doing laps at places. It was the efficiency is just, 30,000 steps. Fuck, man. Most people, you can't even get to do 10, and Fonk's tripling it. No, literally. It's crazy. Yeah. Insane. All right, so it's a back off set. I'm going to really get the squeeze in. I'm going to try to get 12 here, but slow. Yep, that's how I'm going to do, but I'm going to drop the weight a little bit. So we'll drop one plate, and then we'll finish with that. So we just flip, and I kind of lean forward a little bit and almost push it like this. So it's almost like just like a kind of like a swing movement for your triceps. So just like a finisher to really get everything out. Like, I know this is only one plate, but fuck does it burn. The only way to understand it is just to do it. So give it a try and let me know. Oh, fuck. All right. 3 tricep movements in, 1 left. Last thing is going to be skull crushers. I hate skull crushers. They hurt my elbows. But if you do it with a dumbbell, it won't hurt your elbows. Holy shit, Fong, I'm fucking sweating. If anyone's ever tried the supplement GBB, it just makes you fucking sweat. GBB, gamma, butyric, something. I forget. It's a metabolite that your body helps and actually helps you take, and it helps your body actually naturally produce more L-carnitine. It's in a lot of L-carnitine supplements. Yeah, but it makes you fucking sweat like crazy. So I take it before I work out with a liquid L-carnitine supplement. But holy shit. Word of advice though, people, if you're going to take it, don't take it and not work out. Because I did that before. And it just makes you sweat and not be hot. So it's like cold sweats. It is the most uncomfortable thing, and it lasts. It lasts a while. The shittiest part about this supplement is I'll get out of the shower and still fucking sweat from it. And so it's fucking disgusting. I actually try to wait a little bit before I shower. Even after an hour workout and an hour of cardio, I'll still sweat for like another fucking hour. It is retarded. No stimulants, no nothing. It just makes me feel uncomfortable because I'm just sweating and I'm fucking cold. But it helps in fat loss, so, the things we do. So skull crushers, it doesn't hurt my elbows when I, go this way. Again, shoulders, I try to get the dumbbell behind the shoulder. Again, it fully elongates the tricep, and this doesn't hurt at all. And anyone knows it. 25 dumbbells is like fucking nothing. And I'm shaky because I'm fucking pumped and I'm tired. But again, your body doesn't know a difference between a 20-pound dumbbell and a 40-pound dumbbell. It just knows tension and pressure. and then the time under the tension. So weight is somewhat irrelevant. Not completely irrelevant because you need it to build that tension, but it's not as important as you think. Form, time under tension, execution, those are what matter for building muscle, not so much how much you're using. Okay, so we're gonna hop right back into it. So I'll let my hands kind of gravitate and let gravity bring them to the back or the front end. So the back is really hanging. And then again, kind of let it touch my shoulder, pull my shoulder blades back a little bit, and then up. Oh, man. 8. Oh, okay. We'll do one more. And then, so after this, we have one more set, and then we're going to transition into biceps. And the first thing we'll do is a rope crunch, or rope cable curl, sorry. And same thing though, same concept as the first movement. Fully elongate, squeeze and contract, hold it at the top for a second. I really like to start movements like that because not only does it bring a really wicked pump, it pre-exhausts a little bit. As you can see, if you really push it on that first one, you're not going to need a ton of weight to maximize, and exhaust the muscle for the rest of the workout. So, and it's really good for preventing injury when you're this, lean. Obviously, injuries are more prevalent. It helps you not get injured because, again, you're not putting as much weight on the joints. All right, one more set. Anyone cares what's in the jug? 40 grams of carbs, 10 grams, 15 grams of glutamine, 5 grams of creatine, electrolytes, and then, I got to try the ice pop. I didn't try that yet. And, could have put an ice pop in there, a nice melted one, couldn't I have? My God, how many amino acids? 15 grams of essential amino acids, I think. And then 3 grams of HMB. So it's a lot. But again, recovery. Sometimes the best way to build muscle is not by beating yourself up more. It's just enhancing recovery. Fuck. Okay, that's it. Okay, so 3 sets of that. And now we're going to move on to biceps. All right, rope curls. Just do a warm up, 80 pounds. I like this attachment because a lot of times the ropes, you'll see you're fucking with it to get it even. This one's just the length. You can't really mess with it. So as long as your arms are in position, you're good. But again, it's fully elongated and then hold for a second at the top. We're just going to do that. This is just going to be a warm up though. Okay, so it's fairly light. 15 reps is the first one. 15, 12, 10. If you notice, that's kind of the theme a little bit. So we're just going to maintain that theme.
Have you been training like this even before you got to this part of
No, to be honest, I was kind of winging it. Just doing whatever I felt like doing. Because I wasn't really sure if I was doing a show or not, or what my plans were. So I was just kind of like winging it, not taking it as seriously. And then I started, seeing a lot more progress, and I was like, whoa, I'm heavier and I'm leaner and in a way better spot. I was like, I could probably pull this off. And then I was like, all right, let's start really tweaking everything, really, pushing the variables for what I can do to maximize every 1% I can. So the last 4 weeks, my training program has really been like this. Okay. I was 15. Probably stay there for 12 and see. Yeah. Because as fatigue sets in, no, I'm not. I'll go to 130. That should be fine. I mean, I've been missing my target goals all day, so what's the difference if I miss it one more time? 30 seconds. Then we're right back into it. Okay. Definitely staying there for 10.
So is there a reason why you choose to do more of a hammer for the first movement of the bicep?
Yeah.
I usually see people do it at the end because like their forearms will probably get shot.
Yeah, so if you have a big arm from the side, a lot of the time it's not just from the arm. A lot of it's the brachialis in here that really fills out the arm. Plus, if you're wearing a t-shirt and you got really thick forearms, it looks good. So I really like to accentuate that, number one. And number two, you want to warm up. The brachialis, when you're training it like this, will hit some of your bicep, a lot of your forearm. When you do something in an elongated position like this, when you start and you haven't warmed up your bicep, you're only isolating it. There's a chance you could tear it. I've seen a lot of people tear and injure their biceps going straight to preachers, no warm-ups. So this is not only a way to maximize that side profile and get really, thicker forearms, but also a way to warm up my bicep, before I actually hit direct bicep work. Because this isn't a direct bicep movement, really. It targets more the forearms than it does the biceps. But you're still getting some work. So it's warming it up while really increasing that side profile. And plus, I really want thick, veiny, vascular forearms when I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's funny, when I was growing up, I never wanted to look pretty. I grew up seeing, Frank McGrath, Evan Centopani, Victor Martinez, Branch Warren, all these like hardcore guys that worked out, but something that always stuck with me was like veins. I was always obsessed with the veins and the vascularity, and it's something I've always wanted. And thankfully, it's not really something you can control, but I was gifted with genetics to have pretty good veins. Because a lot of it's genetics and obviously body fat percentage, but mostly your genetic makeup will have to do with your veins and where they are and how much they protrude, and so at least I got one good thing in the genetic gene pool, because it certainly wasn't fucking calves or arms. Oh. I'm gonna bang out a couple more. Okay. So that's that. And then the next movement, I think, is a dumbbell curl. Can't remember anymore. I knew it, Fong, and I immediately forgot it. Standing dumbbell curls. Yep. Dumbbell. That's funny, man. The leaner you get and the more you fucking diet, the more shit you forget. I'm getting like my mom as I get older. I keep walking out of the house without my car keys, because I don't leave them in my pocket. I leave them like on the table. I keep fucking leaving the house, and I'll walk out and walk back in a million times without my car keys. My brain just starts thinking about something else. And all right, we're gonna do a warm up. Again, I'm pretty tired and my arms are pretty exhausted. I can just already feel that my body is hurting and gonna feel this tomorrow. So we're only gonna take the 25-pound dumbbells, start with that, and just see how it feels. So it's 15 reps. Again, this is gonna be a warm up. I don't think this will be my working set. So. Again, I really like to keep my shoulders back and then really try to twist that pinky. Because again, your bicep doesn't contract by moving up and down. It's actually from your hand. I know I've said this in the other video, moving side to side and twisting of the hand. So I really try to accentuate that and bring that back handle over to your shoulder. Whew, even this is hard. That's how you know you're fucking pumped. Okay. Shit, did I do one in the last one? Which arm did I start with, Fong? I started with my left or my right arm? It's all right, that arm's smaller. We'll do one more. I couldn't remember. The left arm's smaller, even if we get... There? Okay. See, this is why we pay Fong the big bucks. He tells me what lighting I look like shit and what lighting I look good. Right under that. Wait, isn't there missing a light bulb or somewhere around? That's why. Yeah, we're missing. I was gonna say, isn't there a light bulb out here? Because I noticed I look shittier over here than I do over here. Only here? Yeah. Oh, the shit we do as fucking bodybuilders, man. Got to get the right lighting. Is this better? Is this? There? All right. Good? All right. So I'm going to start with my left arm falling this time, so I remember. Yeah. Okay. One more set there. And then I really got to remember this to stop having to go back to my phone. Preacher curls. Okay. Preacher curls and then the cable curls, which are one of my favorite movements. I'm a functional trainer where you let the cables pull back and you... Yep. I have no idea what the proper term is, but it's kind of just like a standing away cable curl. I don't fucking know. Everyone's got a special name for fucking something. Curl using a cable. All right, one more. Okay. Definitely feel pretty vascular and fucking grainy today, that's for sure. Yep, I do. I still season my food the same, but I add about a 1/4 teaspoon of pink salt on top of every meal. And then I put a 1/2 teaspoon pre, 1/2 teaspoon intra. As I get closer, I won't salt any of my foods and I'll just add the sodium on in the end. But as of right now, I've been seasoning the same consistently. But as we get closer, we'll manipulate that, and really, like 4 weeks out, I'll stop seasoning my food altogether, and then I'll just strictly add sodium to the meal so I know exactly how much I'm taking in. But my seasonings are pretty the same, so I have a pretty good understanding of how much I take in, but it's a lot.
You're also sweating all of it.
I sweat so much. I sweat fucking in my sleep. I fucking sweat all the time, dude. We're definitely not going to be going heavy on this. For reference, that was only a 30-pound dumbbell. Don't fucking kill yourself, Fong. I need you. I need you. I can't do this without you. No one will motivate me to actually force me to fucking do shit in here if it isn't for you. Yeah, so reference, I was a 30-pound dumbbell and it was struggling. So I really like to do this single arm. I just feel like I get way more out of it. I feel like almost sometimes one arm is longer than the other for me. And if I don't do single arm, I feel like one arm is getting a little bit more work than the other. So what I'll do is kind of twist my body out a little bit and do it like this. And then switch. And I'll take less rest given that I did one arm than the other. So I won't rest like 30 seconds. I'll rest like 15 to 20. And then hop in this back to the left arm, back to the right, back to the left, back to the right. It's funny, man, when you're dieting, you just kind of lose that sixth gear. You know, you start off real strong and then halfway through the workout, it doesn't slowly decrease. You just hit a wall and you're just like, well, fuck, I'm tired. And I just hit my wall. But we'll just push through, clearly. We only have one movement left anyway, so. Okay. So obviously those are forced reps, a lot of force, but you know, I'll probably hold it in the failure spot and then just rip it up and just finish that last rep for the range of motion. All right, last movement. The cable curl standing bullshit that we don't have a name for. What did you call it? Blasian? You just want it to rhyme with Asian, don't you? Yeah. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Is it a real term, Blasian? We're going to have to check this. If anyone would be right, it'd be you. So I'm going to take your word for it for now. And if I get any hate for it, well, you're getting one anyway. Yeah, yesterday they dropped off Columbus Donuts at work. One of the residents, and a dozen Boston cream, and then a dozen Oreo. I'll admit, I smelled them. I smelled the shit out of them, but I didn't eat it. But fuck, did that Boston cream smell so good? But I still, didn't crave it as much as I thought because I really don't have the cravings. But it was good. It was good, man. All right, so step out. Really let this pull your shoulders. And you can see from my biceps, they're really elongated right now. This kind of feels heavy, I'm not going to lie. So we're going to see. This could be really embarrassing. But oh, shit. Oh, motherfucker. All right, we're definitely lowering that. One more set. This will be the back off. We'll lower it a little bit. Whew. I was shaking on that one. I was going to make a joke, but my mom watches these videos. And my daughter made a YouTube account, and she subscribed to my YouTube. So I'm just going to not say anything. I was going to say something really inappropriate, and I go, yep, nope. We're going to backtrack that one until the kids are older and my mom croaks and is 6 feet under the grave. Huh? Yeah. But my prep brain, I'll forget it by then. Okay. So as you can see, we're really trying to go deep in the stretch. Now, I wouldn't recommend starting with this, as you could tear something. This is definitely a finisher movement after your joints and your arms are really warmed up. Okay. That's it for arms. 8 weeks out. Definitely feeling like death, but I feel like I'm in a really good position. Just for clarification purposes, last year in April when I did my show, I won my class in light heavyweight, and that qualified me to be able to do this show, North Americans. So for context, this is only a show that people compete in who have won shows. So you're only going against winners, and then the winner of the winners gets a pro card. So we'll see what happens. If I don't win, I'll probably keep pushing on and do Amateur Olympia And if I win that, then I get my pro card. So we'll see. I'll probably go right into the next one because I'm already lean. I'm already here. What's another? I think it's a month after. So at that point, what's another, 4 weeks of dieting after you've already gotten to that point? Neither of these are in Jersey. North Americans is in Pittsburgh, and Junior Olympia is, I think, in Vegas. Huh? Easterns, but that's not a pro qualifier. Yeah, I won that one when I did it in when did I do that? 2018, 2017? It was right after Gianna was born. But maybe it was 2018.
So is that the one right before you took a break from?
Yeah, that's right before I took my hiatus. I won that show against 16 competitors. And then my daughter was just born that year. I think it was she was born February 2017, so it was probably November in 2017. That's where I took my hiatus from bodybuilding for a while. Not for any other reason than I didn't think I was going to have time to be able to do it. I really thought, having kids was really going to take up more of like my passions than I thought. But really, it didn't. But I was so out of the groove of competing that I never really got back in it. And then, honestly, shout out to my ex. She didn't force me, but she convinced me to do it because I was already in a good spot. And she's like, why not do it? And I was like, you know what? You're right. So I got to give her credit. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have competed again. And now here we are pushing for that pro card. So shout out to you, homie. And then we'll see if we get it this year. If we get it, it'll be a really big accomplishment for me. It's not that it means much to anyone, but it's something I've always wanted in my life. And it's something that, when you're passionate about something and you put everything into it, like since I was 17 years old, I made bodybuilding my life. I kind of just woke up one day and said I'm no longer going to be fat and no longer going to be chick repellent and be bullied and, by kids and things like that. I made a life change and I made bettering myself, my passion. And when you're really passionate with something, what do? You compete. You got to take the next step. So it was kind of like naturally that I gravitated into bodybuilding. But, I didn't want to be a bodybuilder. I kind of became one via my life choices and passions. So, growing up, looking at all the bodybuilders and the things that the human body can really achieve, this is something I've always wanted. Not that it changes anything or really means much to anyone, but it's just a self-accomplishment of something I want. And then, if I get it, I'll never be a really good pro. I don't have the genetics, but I would still try to do a pro show. I would take a year or two off to really grow and then try to compete in 212, which would be an additional, if I suck down to 212, I would need an additional, 15 pounds of pure muscle. So, but anyway, 8 weeks out, arm day. Next video we're going to do is going to be a food shopping video. Probably one I resonate most with is food. I love food. And honestly, Fong can give us a lot of insight when we're at the grocery store too. He is like the food connoisseur. I know, I still haven't seen Restaurant Depot. Yeah, but I know, but I actually have to go grocery shopping. So I feel like we have to go to Wegmans because I'm still going to need all like my normal, because I'm not just going to do it for the video. I want to actually go grocery shopping. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not just like putting it in the cart and then putting it back after the video's done. For sure. I mean, we're going to get our steps in, so we're definitely going to get our steps in for it. But we're going to do a food video. That's going to be fun. So what I'll do is I'll actually go through my diet, what I'm eating, and why the food choices I'm eating, what I'm eating. And, maybe we'll have Fong chime in too. Fong's making a cookbook slowly but surely. And he's like a master chef, honestly. He is the most creative individual I've ever met to be able to make things work macro wise. I give him a diet plan and he'll check if he can swap out foods with me and if they're acceptable. You see it on my stories if you follow me. I mean, he's making Korean barbecue, curries, everything you could imagine, and it looks insane, and it's all macro friendly stuff. So when that comes out, you guys definitely got to take a look at it, because it's going to have some unhealthy stuff in there too, just for food and taste buds and pleasure. But a lot of people make the stupid bodybuilding cookbooks and it's just like, protein pancakes. Like, no, this is going to be real food that is macro friendly. It's not going to be it's not going to be, some bullshit. I use protein powder in my yogurt and made pudding. It's going to be, hey, you're going to make your chicken and rice something actually delicious that would be restaurant quality without the macros. So You guys got to check that out. So Fawn will give some insights. But anyway, thanks for following along, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you feel like it. If you don't, tell me to go fuck myself in the comments. I don't care. It's all welcome. It helps the algorithm anyway. So thanks. Appreciate it.